And we are back with more Dark Souls 3, the Fire Fades edition. Last time we left off, we are seemingly at what I would assume to be the end of the Ring City DLC. That said, we've yet to fight any bosses, so I'm expecting this to be similar to the Painted World of Ariandel, where it's very backloaded with all the bosses. So today should be fun. I suspect there will be 2 to 3 bosses, so I've already kind of girded myself that there might be some edit cuts in there, depending on how much I hit my head into walls. Oh yeah, with still the Ember currently activated. Oh yes, and there was a couple other things that we're going to go do today here. So okay, let's go ahead and get into it, since our souls are already spent from last time. Alright, first off is, I think, the city streets. This should be basically the one with the writing on the wall of, like, you know, show your humanity. Which I did look up online what that solution is, in terms of, like, I'm gonna be honest, I would not have guessed it otherwise. Like, because I think that's what we have in Ember currently activated, because I was trying to, like, you know, well, in Dark Souls 1, humanity was the equivalent of the Ember in this game, so if I use an Ember, maybe that's showing my humanity, and that is not at all the answer. So, what we need to do, we need to go over to the swamp, and in doing that we need to fight the bugs again, and I'm going to use this opportunity to actually try out the scythe at full power here. Okay. Dang it. And this is kind of fine. Alright, drinking. Let's... Okay, looks like the webbing is off. We're actually going to take 2 drinks? Okay. Now, if I read online correctly, the solution to this puzzle is that we need to use one of these young white branches to transform into the environment. I don't know if this is going to work. Supposedly, we have to use it to, like, turn into a humanity spirit, which... The thing online is just, like, be in the swamp water, and that's what we did. I don't know if this is actually the thing or not, though, but we can try. I mean, thing is though, we didn't really see any humanity spirits, though. Like, at least going off of Dark Souls 1, where they're like little black shades. Oh. Alright, well. One way or another, I did not do that. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and put those here. I think supposedly there's also a spell that does the equivalent. I guess I might as well get that here real quick. Okay, attuned spell. We've learned a lot of different spells. Did we learn any sort of camouflage one? We've learned hidden body. Okay, we learned snap freeze, cast light, repair. I'm not seeing anyone that's, like, turn into an object. I don't think it would be a miracle. Slice into foes and returns a conjure. No, okay, not that. Yeah, I wonder basically if it was a spell that we missed somewhere. And damage increases with consecutive attacks. So I have to be a bit careful then to make sure that we don't use up too many of our white branches trying to figure this out. I wonder if our original sorcerer teacher actually knew the spell that we could have. I don't remember if we learned everything from him before he vanished. Alright, now this time around... Whoa, no, 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 no. I mean, thankfully it doesn't do anything if we don't. Okay. 2 hands. Boom, there we go. Nice. Okay. Things in the swamp that look like humanity. I mean, I don't think we could turn into, like, these little bug dudes, right? Oh. Okay. Well, that's humanity. Wonder why I turned into that now, but not previously. We need to remember. X button for interacting with the wall. Yeah, it's interesting, basically, like, again, I would not have solved it if I just didn't look up the solution online, so I feel a bit bad that I didn't get it, but I feel less bad because seeing the solution, I'm like, I would have not thought of it whatsoever. I didn't, like, had we seen these little dudes out in the water, I'd have been probably put it more together, but I still don't know why we turned into this when we did that, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Behold my humanity. Boom. Not how I thought that would go. I thought, like, the wall would vanish or something. The fact that the ladder drops makes me kind of wonder, like, did someone kick down the ladder? And I'll admit, all I looked up was the solution. I don't know exactly what lies down this secret path, so... I mean, I would assume it's not the boss, because I did also look up, basically... I tried to see exactly how to get to the dragon, because we looked at a few places at the end of last session, but quite honestly, the online stuff was also kind of all over the place, and I didn't want to dig too deep because I still want to avoid spoilers, so I think I have a hunch where it might be, but no guarantees. Okay. I mean, I kind of wonder if there's any secrets around here, but maybe not. And I don't like the fact that this is a drop down, but okay. We run into any ringed? Yep. Okay, so it wasn't the dude down below. That is one danger of having our scythe at max level now, but we don't have a lot of training with it. So I think we'll stick to our hammer for a bit here while we kind of learn the ropes. It looks like this path goes up to that, like, balcony area we couldn't get to before? So I'm guessing it just leads to treasure. But I guess I wouldn't be too surprised if there's, like, another boss, because... I mean, I'm still guessing Sleeping Princess is a boss, Dragon that we put down is a boss, and he's probably the optional one, given, like, he seems like he's out of the way right now, but it's all, you know, go put them down. Of the bell. Off to a good start. Off to a good start. I mean, I say that semi-sarcastically, but I mean, this is a new path. And we never do well in the first few battles of any recording session. There's always that reacclimation period of like, okay, how do I play this game again? What do I do? How do I single weapon? I guess basically dodge behind might be a bit better. I don't think we use a katana on these guys. out of it. It's been like a work week since I've done last recordings here, so I'm just kind of like, there is a bit additional memory loss here going on. But I knew that the next recording session would probably be a pseudo gauntlet of bosses, so. Alright, Ring Knight, come on. Nice. Alright, we're gonna take a drink. So I'm, for right now, assuming no boss, but we do know there is a bell ringing. Ah, son of a... Okay, where are you, bell ringer? There you are. Blessing. Dynamite junk. Yeah, kind of saw that coming. There we go. Alright, 2 Titanite chunks. Good, good. I hate these little confined alleyways that make things hard to find your way through. Okay, path downward. I hear another Ring Knight. Although I can't tell if they're coming from down below, which they might be. Okay. Nothing secret. That statue looked slightly suspicious. In hindsight, I shouldn't hug these walls too tightly in case the little dudes hop down and stab me. Okay, so drop down, which we don't want to take that. And a little bit of drop down there, which may or may not have treasure. Yeah, treasure over that way, okay. But given that they're drop downs, well, ooh, and another treasure over that way. But let's first finish exploring up here. Oh, okay. I guess this is end of the road. Unless... Nope. Okay. I do wonder if any of these, like, little mini... Not quite pavilions, but little jutting temple things has anything, but, doesn't necessarily look like it. Okay, but now we got kind of, 2 options ahead of us here. I don't know if they're one and the same. Okay, they look like they're kind of one and the same. So we don't want to drop over that way, but we do want to basically drop down one path here. Alright. Dut, dut, dut. And... Wait. This. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good, good. Okay, Dragon Head Shield. We've seen that in action, but we'll read the description once we're not actively being fired at. Oh. I didn't realize there's a ladder right here. Okay. Well, we could have saved some mana there, but whatever. Okay, large silver crestfallen knight. Okay, nothing really over there. Just being careful of little dudes dropping down from above. And oh, pray to the Purging Monument. Okay. So that's that thing that totally not Patches was looking for. Okay. Oh, wow, you can pray to any angle here. Okay. I mean, I guess we might as well. Request absolution, request dissolution. Absolution? You have not sinned. Okay. Dissolution? You're not cursed. Okay. So, good to know if I'm ever cursed or have sinned. Alright. Now we need to remember... where was not Patches? I want to say he was that way? I know he's somewhere to the, like, that side of things. I did not notice that, that path. Okay, so I guess you don't drop down from above. Okay. Well, that's another win for us finding secrets. Ooh, okay. Don't want to necessarily jump down that way. I mean... oof. I don't know if we can make it by... like... jumping a Pacific way? Well, okay, what we can try to do... okay, first, basically, we need Spook back on. Then we could probably just, like, drop down on their head. Okay, we're gonna top off here. Okay, good. I'm going to assume we're going to be okay not getting cursed by that guy. Maybe. Yeah, and I heard the curse, dude. Oh, but did he drop? Nope, okay, he did come up. Good, good. I took the proper requirements. Dang it. Okay. Hey, Titanite chunk. Drinking again. Alright, let's go after this guy. Good. We can link the Titanite too. Okay, here we are. Now where, oh where does this path go? Secrets on top of secrets. Oh! Okay, invaded by Dark Knight of Silver Knight Leto. Or Leto. I'm not a fan of all the different boxes in there. Although, real quick, making sure we're not getting snuck up on behind. Okay. Yep, saw that coming at the very last second there. I do like the look of that hammer, though. Okay, and that's not too difficult to get back over that way. In theory. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky to get back over there, but I think it's doable. Whew. If we die, though, we lose quite a few souls, but that it's just the price to pay for exploration. I think it's still technically less than we require for leveling up, because I believe we're in the 50,000s now for levels. I was gonna say for leveling, and then I changed it to levels, and I kind of blah blah those words there. Alright. Long ass ladder. Alright, cool. Okay. Getting stamina back. Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. We're just gonna book it. Run, 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 run. Okay, not bad. Okay, is there a better way to deal with this, Okay. Okay, this is a bit rough. Uh-oh. Whew. both hands on the hammer now. Phew. That was great hammer. Nice. And we got a flash charge back from that. Alright, let's take a look at that hammer, and we can take a look at that shield we also got earlier. Okay, not seeing it with the axes. Here we go. Great hammer wielded by the Silver Knight Leto. Leto's hammer is far the heaviest weapon amongst those wielded by the Knights of Anor Londo. Leto, an eccentric who traveled across the outskirts, became a close friend to the giants and even Havel, the Rock. Skill, Call to Stone. Spin Dolores stones to the steel hammer, and use strong attack to transition into an earth slam that shatters the stones in a shockwave. Not bad. Whew. Yep, 28 and requires 60 strength, which I think that means like, what, 40 regular? So not a hammer we'll be using anytime soon. Okay. Not seeing anything on this little balcony that he was waiting at. Okay, 2 Titanite chunks. Now, on one of these cliff faces coming down from here, we did see an item, but it doesn't look like it's from this side. Already checked that. Okay, nothing there. Okay. All the apparent secrets are out. Now, I think it was somewhere over, like, on the series of drop-downs that we saw the item previously. It's okay. Wait, we should restore the mana. Alright, cast Spook. Now, drop. Don't see anything. Drop. Still don't see anything. Drop. Still nothing. Okay, here we are. Here's something. Havel's Ring +3. Ooh, nice. We have a Havel's Ring right now, so let's go ahead and put on the better version of that. Okay, looks like we gain about 2 pounds and 2% points. Okay, now the question is, was that the only treasure up here? Because if so, we could just totally, like, use our coiled sword fragment and warp out. Now let's make sure. Okay, not seeing anything, and... Alright, still not seeing anything. We haven't aggroed those dudes, and I kinda want to keep it that way since they could cast spells at us up here. So we are going to use the coiled sword fragment. Oh, wait. Well, yeah, still back to basically... we'll go back to the Shrine Bonfire since we have enough to level up. I almost totally forgot that we still need to go check in with Tin Man to tell him where the shrine is. And I think I remember where Tin Man is. I think. Oh, and we can also totally unequip the white branches. And I just remembered I did not read the description on that shield. Dragonhead Shield. The shield, as hard as a great boulder. Wait a minute. Are there 2 Dragonhead Shields? Okay, the Dragonhead Great Shield is the one that we did read. This one's a different one. Okay. The Ring Knights, by command of the gods, stood amongst the ranks of who set out to slay the dragons, but their contributions were never lauded. Okay, Dragon Breath, even the descendant of an Archdragon, perishes not, and use of this skill restores his former strength, sweeping foes with a frontal exhalation of Dragon Breath. So was it the other one that did... Yeah, Dragon Roar, okay. Okay, okay. Not too heavy either, or at least not the regular shield is. 4.5 versus 18. I don't think we have the capacity to really wear that. Although we could totally upgrade our gloves, though. Desert Pyromancy. Cleric gloves. Kind of wondering how much we can ride up to the line. Okay, it looks like Xanthia's gloves kind of rides up to that line. Okay.
Welcome home, speaker.
You should have enough to level up, assuming I've not miscalculated. Alright, cool, cool. Okay, endurance at 28. Our next goal is kind of getting the mainstays to 30.
Farewell, Asher May the Flame.
Alright, got that. Okay, I think... well, we should double check our arrows. I think we did that last time, but okay, good. But we're all good on wooden arrows. How many can we even buy? Only 6. Alright, I don't think that's really worth it. And I guess we could try...
Ashen one.
upgrading some of our... boy. Like, our main weapons are all at max. Or close to it now, think about it, because I think... wait, is each katana at max? I think it is. Okay, reinforce. Okay. Looks like it is. I'm kind of curious about that new hammer we got. I assume, basically, we can't ever use it, but I'm just kind of curious if it takes, okay, it does take Twinkling, okay. I wish there was a way just to look at things that you have currently equipped. Okay, so we do. So basically, would upgrade the candlestick. Not that I think that's too great, though. Yeah, if we were to upgrade the bow, it'd take the last of our slabs, and I'm not quite ready to make that commitment to it. Okay.
Pretty big, I don't want.
Alright. Leave that be. Looks like everyone's still good. Yeah, I guess we just kind of roll with the 5,000. With the knowledge that, you know, we might lose it, but that might be okay. Alright. Back to the Ring City streets. We're gonna try dropping down to the area I vaguely recall Tin Man at. And then we need to warp back. Like, once we tell him to the shrine, warp back, and then get to the shrine again, and see if he has any sort of, like, you know... I'm very curious if it's gonna be like, holy crap, I'm Patches. In a different world, in a different time. But okay. Let us climb this really tall ladder yet again. It is a nice way to get back up without having to deal with, like, every single individual enemy in the way. Okay, good old snake eater ladder. Though. Yeah, no, this ladder's not nearly as long as that one. I think. No. It might be, but we might also just be climbing it much, much quicker. Alright. Get my spook spell ready. Phantom Knight would drop down from above or not. Okay, yeah, I think it's over there. Uh-oh. Good. run, run. Phew. Hello, Tin Man.
What did I come here in search of? Damn. Stop it. I'm unbreakable. Unbreakable.
Speak of the Purging Monument.
Are you certain of that? No. Sorry, I know you'd never lie to me. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I'll speed right on over. It won't be long now before I know everything. Who I was, what I lived for, and what my name was. And I'll have you to thank for it all.
I don't think I'll regret this, but we'll find out.
Ah, thank you. Most sincerely. I swear upon my birth name that I am your friend. No matter what might come out, no matter what I was, if you would do me the honor, allow me to be a true friend. Always. It won't be long now before I know everything. Who I was, what I lived for, and what my name was. And I'll have you to thank for it all.
Okay. So let's go back to the bonfire. And then same running through everyone as before, but this time we head towards the shrine. And, yeah. I'll be curious what he discovers. I mean, like, the spear, the shield, the voice, it has to be Patches. But there is kind of the lingering question of, like, if he is Patches, and that's 2 Patches we have in this game. Which, I mean, Patches is kind of multi-dimensional. But I don't know if that would apply here to the Dark Souls verse. And then I guess, well, I was thinking of Onion Knight, and it's like, well, we've seen Onion Knight technically meet other ends in previous games, and like, so it could just be like a past, could be Patch's great-grandpa or something like that. Could be Patch's Senior, and the one back at the shrine is Patch's Junior. Okay. Yep, we're here. Slide on down. Run on across. Tin Man? Maybe we have to give him time to head over? I figured the warping might count, but maybe we have to go back to Firelink and then come back. Let's give that a shot. So we'll warp back, then we'll warp back, come back here, and if he's still not there, which would imply that he didn't leave, then we'll kind of move forward, fight one of the bosses, ideally beat one of the bosses. Well, actually, in hindsight, does theoretical Patches Jr. have anything to say about a theoretical Patches Senior?
Oh, hello again. Can't resist it. We're just a couple of outcasts. Let's make the best of it.
Okay, seemingly not. Let's give him a pity purchase. You know what? Ember's always good.
Thanks, sweetie.
Alright. Now we'll head back to that same bonfire, recheck the shrine, and if he's not there, then we'll fight a boss, and then we'll check it again, and if he's still not there, the implication might be he died along the way or something? Like maybe by pointing him towards the shrine it's not a good thing? Ba-da-ba-dum. Let's see. Let's try to get a conclusion here. And then basically for the first boss we're going to try and tackle, we're going to try and find the path to the dragon. Because the lady behind the thing last time did mention that we're looking for... Sound like one of these statues, maybe without hands. Or a statue without hands. There's a couple different statues all around here. But since we kind of saw the tower when we're kind of looking at the city from the very first entryway, I'd guess it's probably near the Lord Gwen and Pygmy statue. That was one of the spots, basically, like, I saw online of being like, there, but I also saw it's like, also over here, and down at the swamp. It's like, okay, I'm getting very mixed signals around all this. I mean, for all I know, maybe it's like, you know, the path is sealed by multiple seals. You have to go into these different locations to dispel them all. Okay, running. Well, I don't see Tin Man over there. Maybe we have to interact with it. No, okay. Yeah, so maybe we have to, like, make more progress before Tin Man actually gets over here. So, okay. Wild sword fragment. Back to bonfire last rested at. And then we'll teleport to the other bonfire, so... Double loading screens, not great, especially if they're just double loading screens of back to the shrine, back to the city. But we're reaching near the end, so this is fine. We're trying to make sure that we clear out the DLC as best as possible. And we're not too shabby on time for today. Alright, travel. Not the shared grave. Yes, the ringed inner wall. Elevator should take us right to the Lord Gwen Pygmy statue. We're going to look at the knights surrounding that one. Because originally, I thought the tower might have been outside, but it might have been basically the pathway she was talking about gets to the tower. And if not there, there was another suspicious room at some point, I recall. That, well, we can look. I think basically it's the... Actually, it might be the pathway that led to the Lord Gwen room to begin with. Oh, wait. Oh. Did I just see something? Ooh. Okay. Maybe it's in this room. All these guys have their hands. Okay, an ember. You know what? It's like, when in doubt, hit every knight statue. Even if it's not the secret we're looking for, you might still find a secret. Oh, there we go. Philinore spear ornament. Okay. Is that a catalyst or a spear? Or something else entirely? Okay, well, not a catalyst. Not seeing anything there. Doubt it's a shield, but like maybe it's like a magic shield? No. Maybe it's a regular weapon? No. Spell? Didn't look like a spell though, so I don't think it was a spell. No. Not a key item. Not or. Here we go. Proof of a church spear's fulfillment of duty. The spears of the church watch over the princess's slumber, and this serves as proof of their fulfillment of their duty. The embellished gold cloth is woven with a crest of young grass. The princess's knights proudly display these precious favors, which were most often seen swaying from their identical ceremonial spears. Because yeah, I think we have like one of those said spears. Or maybe I'm thinking of the Lothric War Banner. I might be thinking of the Lothric War Banner. Okay. I do wonder if this was the path to the dragon, or this is like a whole different secret thing. I swear, these games are probably chock full of tons of secrets that we never came across in any of our playthroughs. Ooh. Ah, okay. There's the Lord Gwen statue. We can try to get the thing from his hand. Cool. Cool. Gimme. Chloranthy ring +3. I want to be like, that's it, but I mean, Chloranthy rings are pretty dang good, so I'm not going to complain too much. But okay. Alright, I'm going to bop new knights as well. And even the places a knight statue should be. I guess when they said it doesn't have hands, maybe they're referring to like having a weapon or not. Okay, I think I've made a full loop, but just in case. Okay. Alright, I want to get back to the elevator. I want to get back to that little alcove. Which side was it on again? Dang it. Okay, so it's over. If you're looking at the elevator, it's to the right. Okay, now there is. Now this was just back to the Gwen statue. And then... yeah, this is this empty room. And then... yes, okay. Still not certain if this is a path to the... actually, hold on. Okay. Alright, not seemingly any secrets there. Like, the Lord Gwen room seemed to be devoid of secrets, but we found this secret, which had a secret within a secret. So... path to the dragon, path to the abyss. Okay. Creepy sigil thing. Antiquated plain garb and violet wrappings. Okay. Okay, it should be under robes. Okay, we're looking for antiquated... no, that's dress. Plain garb, here we go. Ordinary garb from an ancient land of sorcery. The gold embellishments betray a faint residue of magic, but this clothing was never intended for battle. When a mission visited the Ring City long ago, one of its younger missionaries elected to stay behind. It was he who became the last recorded spear of the church. Interesting. Violet wrappings. These arm wrappings, sewn with violet cloth, are embroidered with gold thread, were intended for everyday use, yet they served well enough in many a battle, in wreathing the arms of one who would go on to embrace the sword. Given there's a sword on the table, I'm kind of curious. Okay, it's a downgrade, but just, let's see things out. So we had Xanthias gloves on before. Okay, can I pick up the sword since I have the violet thing? Okay, not seemingly so. Alright, with the Xanthias gloves back on. Here we go. Boom, boom. No. Well, I'm assuming not death. Okay, cool. Here's a dragon. Okay. Kind of bracing myself that we're probably gonna die here, but that's fine. Not quite the abyss I was thinking of. Dark Eater Meter. Too big for us to use camera on. Ouch. Dang it. Went for the Monster Hunter style carve the tail. Okay. At least not too bad of a boss thrown back, and not bad for our first attempt. We didn't do that much damage, but again, not bad. I think, like is ever so often the case. Oh, actually, I was going to say that I think basically the hammer might be the better use here, but in hindsight, he's a dragon. We have a lightning blade, and lightning was in these games the classic anti-dragon element. Ooh. Okay. So from this perspective, it's right. From the above perspective, it's left. Okay, good to know, good to know. Okay, back down we go. Down, down, down to the dark. Go, go. And we. It is funny how much brighter the abyss is in this game. but like learning process-wise, it's it's gonna help with the punch. Again, just because we're learning here, but I don't think lightning is that effective against it. Dang it. Way better. Well, not way better. We were doing better in the first one. Yeah. Here's a reminder why I don't like bosses with large hitboxes like that, because it's just so hard to figure out. Or not hard to figure out per se. It reminds me of Bloodborne, where half the times the attacks aren't hitting because he's just, you're like at the leg, and it's like, well, technically your arc is like right below his crotch area, can't hit there. It's like, okay, hard to actually confirm blows. All right, so it should be no, to the left, to the left. There we go. Well, I did just realize that means that when I die, I'm gonna have to call the elevator back up, but whatever. All right, back down. Given he's abyssal in nature, I don't think any of the dark magic would work that well against him. Yeah, the scythe might still be the best option. It's just so kind of slow, though. Not attack speed-wise, and more just in terms of, like, being able to do damage as also. But I think it gives us more stamina flexibility as well. Than the hammer does. I should have rolled. I thought I was going to be safe. But okay, we're still learning. We're still learning the ropes here. This is, as a DLC boss, this is basically on par with what I expected it to be. So we'll probably give it basically, we're about roughly an hour into the recording. So basically we'll give it a few goes, and if we haven't beaten him by normal recording end, then I'll do an edit cut to a hopefully successful attempt. Either successful attempt or like I've run out of time for the day. I mean, I guess it's like could go to bow and arrow. It's like my bow and arrow isn't exactly weak per se. The big issue is I don't think we have enough bow and arrows to really seal the proverbial deal, though. But I guess it's worth a shot. Just to see how much damage we can actually inflict. Because maybe it's not as as durable as when we were firing to get it from the bridge. Try dodging the old-fashioned way first. Good to know, good to know. That's going to be the big concern of this fight in general, just like how much is going to be like all near instant death stuff. I'm trying to think of good like anti-dragon armor that we have. But it's also an abyssal creature, so I don't know how much of it applies one way or another. Also, man, just realizing that, bow-wise... Oh wait, no, we do have feather arrows, okay, cool. Alright. So that at least, like, gives us some flexibility there. I think the tough thing is, it's really a strategy of intermixing the two, of both melee and physical. Because I feel like for when he does the cutting laser, staying close isn't a horrible idea. But the big issue is he starts out off though with a, like, get away from a clearing attack. That's not a bad, like, little strat there. Oh, I just realized, yeah, it's like 6 wings. The only thing I don't like is swapping between two-hand scythe and two-hand bow and arrow. That's definitely a bit tricky to, like, do, but thankfully we have enough time to kind of do that when we're kind of recovering stamina after a dodge. I do feel could probably use an ember for our first actual heal of the fight. Alright, get the bow ready. Bam! Here we go. So far, it seems doable. I say that, though, somewhat trepidatiously, because, DLC boss I kind of expect a phase 2. And no matter what, like, he has enough health, but this is an endurance fight. This is, like, you mess up once, you're probably gonna die. Don't mess up. Which, whew, okay. That's a lot of pressure. You can go for basically a swipe sock to get away. It's like, that's a powerful deterrent combo. The only danger there was that I mistook the timing of how long the heal would go for. seriously. That's good, that's good. Laser. Oof, yeah. Okay. I think that kind of shows the strategy I'm probably going to use at least until the inevitable 50% or 1/3 health left. Him enraging and probably going full Abyss form, and then Abyss magic's going to go everywhere or something. I just know it's going to come. It's like, it's how these bosses work. There's always that phase 2 enrage, whatever. So, okay. What we'll do is we will go ahead, basically, and do an edit forward here to a, fingers crossed, successful attempt. I say, looking at the time, and only having about, at most, an hour and a half, I can maybe, like, push things a bit more on my end. But whatever attempt I end on will be what the attempt we end on today being. So whether that's successful or not, that's what we'll kind of use as the border. So alright. Edit cut coming in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're consistently getting him to phase 2. Phase 2 is a bit tricky, but I mean honestly it's not too bad. I actually still do wonder if hammer might not be better. Ow. Whew. My hand is a bit achy. I'm getting up there in the age. Alright. Down we go. Done. Alright. Get the bow and arrow out since that'll be a phase. Or not. Not phase 1. Starting off the fight. Oh man, I realize how much my left wrist kind of hurts here. was gonna go for the sweep, not for the straightforward bit. Alright, good. And a laser. wasn't too bad. We only ended up going for about 30 minutes after the break. There we go. Restarting timer, even though we're basically at time for today. Spirits of the Church, Soul of Dark Irmidir. I already said that, but still, I'm kind of come down from the battle adrenaline. I'm just like, whoo. Good old hammer. Again, hammer main and monster hunter. It's just like monster, head, hammer. Let's do this. So when did my arm get covered in like webbing? That's weird. But okay, let's take a look at those things that we just got. The one of them, the Spear of the Church. What? Was that already a weapon, I wonder? Although I guess we can take a look at the soul first. Soul of Dark Midir, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength. Midir, descendant of our dragons, was raised by the gods, and owing to his immortality, was given a duty to eternally battle the dark. A duty that he would never forget, even after the gods perished. Okay. Cool, cool. And then, let's see. Spear of the Gods, or whatever it was called? It's like, the memory is already fading from my mind. I don't think it was a golden ritual spear. Trying to see if I can't maybe, like, identify it by look alone, but I'm not seeing it. Still not seeing it. Man, it's like, I'll admit that the memory is just like fading away like water on a frying pan. It's just like, what was it called? What even was it? Man, it doesn't look like it was a ring. And it was like Spear of the Church or something. Oh, there we go. Spears of the Church. A green rusted ornament of young grass. From the top. A green rusted ornament of young grass. The crest of Princess Philinore. Equipped to join the Spears of the Church Covenant, the Spears of the Church watch over the princess's slumber, and when the church is compromised by a trespasser, the Judicator summons them as loyal spirits to eliminate the threat, summoned automatically while disequipped. Loyal spirits summoned as Spears of the Church are granted a blessing of protection. Okay. I don't know if I want to join them, just given that we've kind of been bit in the butt before by stuff like that, but... Alright, let's go back to the shrine. But I'll probably try and tack in today, so we're not quite fully wrapped up yet. I just want to go back to the lady in waiting, kind of being like, hey, that dragon you went defeated? Defeated. Alright. Hello.
Welcome home, speaker. Very well, then taken up.
Okay. Vitality. And more vigor. Cool, cool.
Farewell, may the flame.
Alright. Now the question is, what weapon or spell or whatever can we kind of transpose from this?
Aha, that's all.
Alright, begin transposition. Okay, that's High Lord Walnir. Oh, okay. Old Moonlight for Soul of Dark Intermediate. Conceive Old Moonlight Sword and attack. A memory of an old sword found deep within Midir. This sorcery uses souls to grant form to thought and attack with it. Attacks are coupled with a light wave, and sustaining the stance before attacking increases their speed and potency. The sword is named after Moonlight, but it is slightly different than the one fashioned of the Pale Drake Seath. Perhaps it is rooted in an older memory from not long after the beginning. Interesting. Now what could the other weapon be? Storm of the Giant, Soul of Champion Gundyr. I don't see a second one for Midir. Oh, there it is. Wonder. I mean, I guess it's X'd out because we can't use it. Whew, 40 dex, yeah, okay. Oh, but it's a katana. Dang. Frayed Blade, a dragon weapon symbolizing Dark Intermediate. The once exclusive blade is now stained black and frayed at the hilt. Without its sheath, it will soon crumble into nothing. Skill, hold. Assume the holding stance in which a normal attack sends a shockwave along the earth, and a strong attack commences a series of slashes. Okay. In my head, I'm like, 40 dex, eh? We just need 20 more levels. We can use it. Thing is, though, I mean, it's probably better than us trying to do Old Moonlight, honestly. We don't tend to have a lot of sorceries equipped. And we still have to put 5 levels at least into Int to get this. But you know, 5 is less than 20. That is a fact. But we'll have to hold on to that for now. Okay. Although 30,000 souls still. I guess we should restock up on arrows. Okay, done. Regular arrows, boom. Feathered, boom. Okay, cool.
Ashen 1.
Alright, let's go ahead and quickly go check in with the lady. Because I think if I take this shortcut, this is the fastest way to get there, assuming we don't get attacked along the way. Which, I mean, we're gonna get attacked, but, it might be dodgeable. Maybe. I think. It's a dangerous gambit I'm kind of taking, but, I think it should be okay. The big thing is that we might get attacked by the big, stumpy dudes. And we, like, might lose an Ember, but, I mean, we beat the dragon without actually having an Ember active. I was still trying to learn Phase 2, because when he does the laser stuff in Phase 2, like, that was a giant light show that would insta-kill me. But thankfully he only did it in one of the attempts, and I think, like, in total there was maybe, after the cut, 5 attempts? It did not take that long, and I am more than okay with that, because whew, Sister Freddy definitely kind of pushed me to my limits before. So I'm okay having things nice and easy on occasion. Okay, good. The bells have stopped. I wasn't two-handing before properly. Ouch. Things might have been a bit doomed from the get-go there. Easy come, easy go for the Embers. Woof. Could approach it from the other angle, but I don't think that's the right call. Probably. Still wonder why I have this, like, weird vest on my left hand. And last I thought we had Xanthus gloves equipped. Did I, like, not put that back? Although maybe the Sister Frayed stuff always had that. Okay, so that's that. Okay. It's so weird. I just never noticed the heavy mitt before. Alright, drop down. Run, 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 run. Hello, big guy. Goodbye, big guy. Ouch. Also, in hindsight, we did want to check the shrine anyway, so might as well do that real quick. How very strange that Tin Man isn't around here at all. Maybe he's afraid of the answers he'll find? Hey, pardon me, it's like maybe he took refuge over there after getting his memories back? Like, if he is Patches, then he's probably going to try and set up some sort of elaborate betrayal for me. It's so funny that there's a sense of fondness there of just like, good old Patches always trying to kill me and take my stuff. Doesn't he know that I'm basically borderline immortal? I might as well grab these. Okay. Okay.
My most humble thanks. 'Tis thanks to thee the dragon erred not from his vows. Please, take this. A final gift of thanks.
Ooh, tight slab. Nice.
Now, hasten on thy journey. But wake not the slumbering princess, as the fire waneth does she lie by the dark. All for the sake of man.
I mean, you didn't say I could, like, not walk up to her, though,
My
right?
humblest thanks. Now, as the fire wane.
Totally going to walk up to her and check stuff out there. But okay, so no sign of a Patches. Oh, that's that guy up there, okay. I was wondering what that sound was. We should try to see if we can check in with Tin Man one more time here. And then we'll call it. Because yeah, we are pushing things, but I push it every time. It's been watching any of these episodes, I tend to. It's like hour-and-a-half videos with the heaviest of air quotes. But the hour-and-a-half mark, though, makes a good time for me to be like, okay, I need to start wrapping up. So sometimes it's like immediate, and sometimes it's like not so much. And I feel like if I don't do these things now, I'm probably going to forget by next time, so it's good to just knock it out of the way here. And overall, I think basically the dragon fight wasn't too bad in the end. Like, thanks to having a bow and arrow, and I mean, the hammer has its use, but I still don't think it's as good as the sister fight, because it's like a lot of the big guys, like I said, their collision box is kind of wonky sometimes as far as I'm concerned. So it's like, again, I'd say that was way too early, but whatever. Down we go. Come on. Gotta dodge them sorcerers. Like a new gem, I'm glad to take that. Okay, well, Tin Man's gone. Huh. I do wonder where he went. mean, the only other place I could think that he would have gone to would be into the swamp. And I guess where he could have gone... Oh, maybe? I wonder, actually. Maybe he's back at the shrine. Or... I have another idea. We're going back to the Tron bonfire. We're gonna try real quick to go visit the old pilgrim lady at the very beginning of the Ring City DLC. Because she did mention that basically he kind of passed through. Alright, travel. Sister Freddy. Still a bit of a shame there's no bonfire at the very beginning of the not the Painted World, of the Ring City DLC, but oh well. But yeah, I feel like basically if Tin Man isn't at the shrine himself, kind of like reeling at the implications of whatever he's learned, then he might be like on his way out of the Ring City DLC. Like maybe the lady will be like, "Oh, I saw him and he was leaving. He seemed very happy and wanted you to have this very cool item." And I go, "Thank you." And I'll take the item. Adventuring, all for the sake of treasure. It's how it's done. Alright. Okay, at least Lady's not dead. I did have to wonder if he got his mirrors back in his patches.
I've nothing for you, not a smithereen.
I have business with you, and I wanted to discuss Tin Man.
Well, that came out of nowhere. You think an old stone-humped hag would be brimming with goodies? I've none of that, not a smithereen.
Oh. She is a merchant. Well, I'll be darned. Split-leaf greatsword. A long-handled greatsword that made its way from a distant land, crafted entirely with steel, making it exceedingly heavy. Split leaf refers to the shape of the great blade and its resemblance to the veins of a leaf. Skill, wind wheel. Spin weapon vigorously above head and sweep foes, and transition with normal or strong attack for continued spin attacks, which whip up wind and gain momentum, strengthening subsequent attacks. I'm a bit surprised that it's a greatsword in that, like... Oh, no, okay, it is a halberd, okay. It's not to say, the description and the look of it definitely has a... Boy... It's been a while since they've made a new Dynasty Warriors where you play as everyone but Guan Yu? The awesome bearded man with the spear who spins and he's awesome and he's one of the three brothers and all that stuff. Talk.
At the close of the Age of Fire, all lands meet at the end of the earth. Great kingdoms and anemic townships will be one and the same. A great tide of human enterprise, all for naught. That's why I'm so taken by this grand sight. This must be what it's like to be a god.
It is rather impressive.
Oh, if you just can't stop yourself, at least hear this. Far below, there's a deep, dark hole carved out of a tree. From time to time, voices brim from the depths of the cavity even now. Mutterings of the very demon that Prince Lorien spoke of, I'm sure. Horrible sounds of an afflicted thing, yet cursing men.
Okay, that probably refers to the demon prince enemies that we fought, because that was inside a giant tree. As for Prince Lorien, I think he's the last Cinder Lord we have to still take down?
At the close of the great...
Okay, repeat dialogue. Inquire of the Ring City.
Why, where did you hear that name, love? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you what I know. The Ring City is said to be at World's End. Past this heap of rubbish as far as one can go. But you'd better think twice. The forsaken Ringed City was walled off by the gods to contain the pygmies. And the dark soul is better left well alone. You're not willing to reconsider, are you? Well, that's just fine. It's a rare thing to have a true duty. Don't go and take it for granted, I suppose. Won't do any better than this. Not you, or that poor tin can.
Okay.
You're not willing to... Well, don't
Repeat
worry.
dialogue. Alright, nothing new to sell us now that she's, like, told us that. Tempted to try and pick this up at some point, even though it's, like, I'm not gonna use it, but, you know, it still sounds cool.
Don't run off and die, love. It's a nicer view with you in it.
Aw. Sweet old lady. Alright. Now we should get back to the shrine bonfire. And I'm tempted to check in with Patches in case Tin Man got his memory back and then came back to the shrine, and now we have, like, double Patches. Highly unlikely to be the case, but, you know, curiosity and all. Oh, wait. Derp. I took the wrong exit. Here we go, up here. And I guess we have 5,000 souls. We'll probably just buy another Ember off of Patches. And like 10 minutes out on the other side, right? Okay, I don't see 10 men over there.
Oh, hello again. Welcome to Patch's Boutique of Wonders. Can't resist it, can you? My sumptuous selection.
Alright, purchase. Ember. Yep, and that seems to be about it. I was kind of wondering if maybe he suddenly had Tin Man stuff.
We're just a couple of outcasts. Let's make the best of it.
Okay.
Thanks, sweetie.
Alright. I still wonder about my gloves having the one fist there, but maybe that is just a Xanthias glove thing, or part of the Sister Friday look. I don't think anyone else would have anything, right? Carla's doing good, Primer's teacher, Sorcerer teacher. I assume Miracle Girl is still kicking now that we kind of dragged her back to the shrine and all. Wait, no, over here. Yep, alright. Okay, enough dawdling. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here. And yeah, good progress. One of the bosses down. And assumedly one left because, you know, don't wake the sleeping princess. It's like, maybe she's in trouble. We have to take a look at her to find out. And if she attacks us in the process of us checking in on her, we are absolved of any guilt. Therefore, it's self-defense. Therefore, it's okay. We'll get another boss fight. And if it's not a boss fight, I guess we'll go back to the main game, and I might look up stuff after the fact, because we've only fought... I mean, well, sad to say, we only fought 2 bosses then, of Dragon and Demon Prince in the Ring City DLC, but we technically only fought 2 bosses too in the Painted World DLC, so maybe they just have a reduced number of bosses per DLC for these DLCs. But I'd be shocked if the Sleeping Princess has nothing going on. I mean, it sounds like we need to get our hands on that Dark Soul. Why? No, maybe our Cinder Lord can transpose it into a weapon. The ancient relic, the source of Lord Gwen's fear, and we're just like, can I turn it into a hammer or sword, or maybe a spell? That's a bump. There we go. Estus Flask. That was bothering me. But alright, we'll find out next time. We'll see exactly what the rest of the Ring City has in store for us, and probably wrap it up. We might go on a little adventure to see if we can't find Tin Man in the swamp, but beyond that though, I mean, we're kind of wringing the DLC dry. I mean, I'm glad we got the Titanite slab from the lady, so now think about it, we could totally upgrade our arrow if we wanted to, or our bow, I should say. Something to think about. Yes. But alright, that and more next time. Alright, until then, later.